Here's a number for you. $50 billion. That's how much Americans spent on vitamins and supplements last year. $50 billion on little bottles of pills that, according to multiple studies out of Johns Hopkins and Harvard, most of us don't actually need. So the question isn't what nutrients your body needs. That part's actually simple. The question is, who convinced you that you weren't getting enough? And how did they turn that fear into the most profitable health scare in modern history? Today, I'm going to walk you through the 6 basic nutrients your body runs on. The ones every nutrition class teaches on day 1. But I'm also going to show you exactly how the food and supplement industries took something that straightforward and turned it into a billion-dollar anxiety machine. And by the end of this video, you're going to start reading labels very differently. Welcome to Dish Decoded. Let's decode this. Before we talk about who's profiting, we need the baseline, because the foundation itself is genuinely simple, and that simplicity is exactly what the industry doesn't want you to sit with. Your body needs 6 categories of nutrients to function: water, vitamins, minerals, protein, fats, and carbohydrates. That's it. 6. Not 60. Not 600. 6. Water makes up over 60% of your body. It regulates temperature, flushes toxins, keeps your cells hydrated, and keeps your digestion moving. If you're dehydrated, your brain function drops. Your energy tanks and your ability to concentrate starts falling apart. Water isn't controversial. It's not trendy. Nobody's selling you a water supplement, at least not yet. Vitamins are organic compounds that help your body fight off illness and maintain basic cellular health. There are about 13 your body uses, but the heavy hitters? The ones that show up in every textbook: vitamin A, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and vitamin D. A deficiency in any of these can cause real problems: immune suppression, skin issues, vision problems, bone weakness. But here's the thing, for most people eating a varied diet, getting enough of these isn't a crisis, it's a routine. Minerals, calcium, iron, zinc handle the structural and chemical work. Calcium builds and maintains your bones. Iron is critical for red blood cell production. Zinc supports healing and immune function. Again, important. Essential even. But not impossible to get from food. Protein is the building block. 16% of your average body weight is protein. Your muscles, your skin, your hormones, your antibodies, all protein. It's made of amino acids, and your body needs a steady supply to repair and rebuild itself. Meat, eggs, grains, legumes, the sources are everywhere. And then you've got fats and carbohydrates. Both of them got demonized in the last 30 years, and fats in the 90s, carbs in the 2000s. And both of them are actually essential. Fats help you absorb other nutrients, support cell structure, and protect your organs. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel source for your brain and nervous system. That's the whole list. 6 categories. Learnable in 10 minutes. Manageable in a normal diet. So why does it feel like a minefield every time you walk into a grocery store? Here's where Dish Decoded earns its name. The supplement industry in the United States alone is worth over $30 billion. And it grew tenfold in just 25 years, from about 4,000 products in 1994 to over 50,000 products today. 50,000. That's not a health movement. That's a marketing machine. And the engine running that machine is something researchers have called nutrient fear. The idea that your food on your plate is fundamentally failing you. That your body is running on empty and you need to buy something to fix it. One of the most persistent versions of this narrative is the depleted soil myth. You've probably seen it. The infographics that say you need to eat 8 oranges today to get the same vitamin A as 1 orange in 1950. The headlines claiming modern agriculture has stripped all the nutrition out of your vegetables. It sounds terrifying, and it's been repeated so many times that it feels like established fact. But here's what actually happened. A study done at the University of Texas in 2004 compared USDA nutritional data for 43 crops between 1950 and 1999. They found some declines onto calcium, phosphorus, iron, riboflavin, vitamin C, ranging from 6 to 38%. Real numbers. But when independent researchers went back and reviewed that same data, they found something the headlines left out entirely. The declines were within the natural variation range of those crops. The researchers themselves never concluded that soil was the cause. The popular press, critically, supplement companies cherry-picked the scariest numbers and built an entire narrative around them. One reviewer put it bluntly, "The people who perpetuate myths about our food being less nutritious are usually biased, or they're looking to profit." And profit they did. The reason there's so much money in supplements and so little in whole foods is brutally simple. You can't patent a broccoli, you can't trademark a carrot, but you can patent a synthetic vitamin formulation, slap it in a bottle, put a health claim on the label, and sell it for $30 a month. Whole foods don't have marketing budgets. Supplements do, and they're massive. An editorial in the Annals of Internal Medicine, one of the most respected medical journals in the world, published a piece titled, "Enough is Enough. Stop wasting money on vitamin and mineral supplements." The conclusion was simple. For most people without a clinically identified deficiency, multivitamins provide no clear health benefit. Studies have consistently shown this, and yet over half of all Americans still take them every single day. Why? Because the messaging works. Because fear is a powerful sales tool, and because the industry has spent decades making nutrient deficiency feel like an emergency, when, for most of us, it isn't. Here's another layer most people completely miss. You've probably noticed that your orange juice says "fortified with calcium" on the carton, or that your cereal lists a dozen vitamins on the nutrition label, or that your bread contains added folic acid. That's not an accident, and it's not entirely altruistic. Food fortification, the practice of adding nutrients back into processed foods, started in the 1920s as a public health strategy, and for a while it worked brilliantly. Iodized salt nearly wiped out iodine deficiency. Folic acid added to flour dramatically reduced neural tube defects in newborns. Iron in enriched flour helped address anemia. These were real life-saving interventions. But fortification evolved. What started as a targeted public health tool became a marketing strategy. Because here's the trick. When a manufacturer strips the nutrition out of a food during processing, refining flour for example, and then adds a handful of vitamins back in, they can now put "enriched" on the label. It sounds healthy, it feels healthy, but you're getting a fraction of what the whole food originally contained, with a few nutrients sprinkled back in so the label looks good. A fiber-fortified cereal, for instance. The whole grain research is solid. Whole grains protect against heart disease, support healthy blood sugar, and reduce mortality risk. But the food industry took that research and used it to justify adding fiber to Fruit Loops. Same nutrient. Completely different food. Completely different outcome. The FDA has policies around fortification, rules about what can be fortified and why. But those rules are voluntary for most products, and the FDA doesn't pre-approve supplements before they hit store shelves. That means thousands of products claiming health benefits are reaching consumers without the kind of rigorous testing you'd expect from something you're putting in your body every day. So, what do you do with all of this? First, I say, stop treating nutrition like a crisis. For the vast majority of people eating a reasonably varied diet, the 6 basic nutrients are not a problem. Water, vegetables, fruits, protein sources, healthy fats, whole grains. That's the playbook. It always has been. Second, read the labels, not just the nutrient list, the ingredient list. If a product leads with refined grains and added sugar, no amount of sprinkled vitamins is going to make it a health food. The order of ingredients tells you exactly what you're actually eating. Third, be skeptical of the fear. When a supplement ad or a social media health influencer tells you that your food is broken and only their product can fix it, ask yourself, who benefits from you believing that? The answer, almost every single time, is them. And fourth, if you genuinely suspect a deficiency, go to a doctor. Get blood work done. Get an actual diagnosis. Don't let an algorithm on TikTok or a $30 bottle at the pharmacy make that decision for you. The 6 nutrients your body needs aren't a mystery. They're not a secret the government is hiding. They're the same 6 things that every nutrition textbook has taught for decades. The mystery isn't in the nutrients. It's in who turned understanding them into something so complicated that a $50 billion industry could be built on top of it. That's what Dish Decoded is here to cut through. If this video changed the way you think about what's on your plate and what's in your medicine cabinet, hit subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. Every week on this channel, we pull back the curtain on the food industry, one dish at a time. Drop a comment below. What's the weirdest supplement you've ever bought? I want to hear it. I'll see you in the next one.